Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
All right, I'm Jordan DeArmon. We are live at High School Media Days here at Everbank, and it's presented by Baker's Sporting Goods. And I'm here with a lot of the Creekside Knights seniors. How lucky am I? I know, I'm really lucky. So what we're going to do is have everybody introduce themselves, their position, and then I'll ask a few questions.
I'm Sam Henson. I'm the middle linebacker.
Charlie Simmons, I play wide receiver.
Tyler Turkula, offensive and defensive lineman.
Michael Baptist, offensive and defensive lineman.
Thomas Slavin, quarterback.
Chris Edwards, the second quarterback.
Drew Rager, defensive end.
Nick Romanelli, defensive tackle.
All right, so it's going to be tough. We've got to come up with a lot of questions, but we're going to make it happen. So, we start with you. And taking a look at last season, obviously it's not something that you probably want to rehash. It's a new team, a new dream, but talk a little bit about the transition from last year's team to what you think you'll see out of this year.
Definitely the senior leadership has changed. Last year it was kind of iffy, and then this year it's very strong. The coaches are pushing it very hard, and we're pushing our team as far as we can.
How important is that leadership? I mean,
It's the most important thing, I think.
Yeah.
Because last year we had plenty of players. Like Blake Morgan was a great running back, and then I guess like in practice we didn't go hard, and then in the games we just kind of fell out.
All right. Okay, so and now speaking of the 2016 season, I'm going to go to you. Here's the schedule, just to remind you of what it's going to be. Is there anything that sort of stands out to you or for the team as maybe a big game or something that you think if you overcome it, it will be a big milestone?
Definitely Barsham Trail.
Yeah.
I think we've only beat them one time. We've only beat them once in our school history.
So
that's our goal every year.
So does that game get a little heated? I told you I'm not from this area, so it's going to be new for me,
That's the biggest rivalry.
It's the biggest rivalry of the whole season.
All right, so I'll have to make it out to that one. Yeah? Okay. All right, so did you say what side of the ball do you play on? Okay, both. All right, so you'd be a perfect candidate for this question. What's going to be the strongest side of the ball this year? I know, I'm putting you on the spot. Everybody's looking at you right now.
I love my defenders, but I really think the offense has really progressed because our wide receivers is probably one of the strongest groups that we have, and they've really progressed over the years. And I know our line on both sides of the ball, not just offense, not just defense. I know on both sides we've gotten a lot stronger. We've got more fundamentals and have learned a lot more better techniques. And I think we'll be, I hate to say it, but I think we'll be a little bit better on offense.
Okay, that's respectable. Nobody throw any bows over here, okay? No shade or anything. All right, so I'll go to you. Let me think of a tough question here. Let's see. Okay, if there's one key to this team being successful, what's it going to be? I feel like I'm in a pageant right now. Ask the question.
I would have to say finishing out the games. Last year we were in a lot of games, even though like the final score might not have shown it. That's because we were either too tired or not conditioned enough to be able to finish out those games, and so they would run away with it. But definitely finishing a ball game this year is going to be the toughest.
Finish the drill. That's what I hear from a school up in Georgia. I don't know who it could be. They're red and black. So you talk about the conditioning aspect of everything. I mean, have y'all been really stepping up the conditioning? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a consensus. Yes. So it's been tough this off season, but
it's been grueling, but it's worked a lot. It's helped us a lot, actually, especially in the weight room and on the field. We don't get as tired as we were last year, and everybody's just working hard all the time, and everything. So.
Okay. All right. So the two quarterbacks, right? Corner. Yeah. All right. So we'll start with the quarterback. Highlight a little bit about your offense. I know the wide receivers were talked about. Talk about your wide receivers and just the improvement of the offense.
Well, with the wide receivers, it's more like we're getting a better bond, because they've always been good. The O-line's definitely blocking way better now so that I can actually throw to them and stuff. And it's more like the younger guys are getting better at receiver too. They're learning more things. They're remembering what they're supposed to do. So I think it's more like bonding for offense. It's more like refining than learning.
I bring up this just because it's been in the news, I guess recently, as of yesterday. I saw that Derek Carr and Amari Cooper were moving out in Oakland for training camp just because they said, the relationship. How important, you just talked about it, but the chemistry between the quarterbacks and the receivers, even the quarterbacks and the running backs, especially, how important is that relationship?
I would say it's really important. We talk all the time. I don't think there's a day where we don't say something to each other in a group message or something like that. He's in there too, but it's mainly receivers and me and the running back too. It's we're all friends. I don't think I've ever fought with any of the receivers ever. I don't think I've ever fought with the running back either. So it's definitely really important to have that brother.
All right, so now the quarterback, and I like to say that one of the quarterbacks are usually the chippy, talkative players on the field that likes to talk trash. Would that be you?
I like
to. Okay, but it's warranted, I assume, right? You beat a lot of those receivers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so talk a little bit about the secondary and what you expect to see on defense this season.
Well, by the looks of it, defense is definitely stepping up. We're stepping up our game. Like Chuck said, he thinks offense is a strong point, and he may be right, but defense is definitely going to be up there. We're definitely up there with them, I think. I'm the only returning cornerback, so we have fairly new cornerback, and so he's just getting the hang of it. But I think he's gonna be pretty good later on.
Well, you're a senior, and so in that leadership role, when a new guy comes in, what's that like? Sort of, helping him out.
It's definitely kind of challenging because I don't look at cornerback as an easy position.
No, it's not.
And so when coach is too busy with the linebackers and linemen and stuff, I'm gonna have to coach up the other cornerbacks, and not just the new starting one, but also the ones behind me and him. So it's a definitely challenging position to kind of teach and coach.
Well, good for you for teaching. Very true. The first one that sat down in this heated debate that we're having. I want you to talk a little bit about the coaches and the coaching staff and what they've meant for the program.
Coach Chap, that's probably the biggest one. Coach Chap has definitely stepped up our game a lot. He got us fired up. In the weight room we do 4 quarters. It just gets you mentally prepared for the game. It's the 4 quarters it's a hard workout where it prepares you mentally and physically to be prepared for the game. He's probably the biggest impact on the whole team.
And then just a separate question. You sort of started out, you start out and 0-10 obviously in 2015, not what you wanted. But how do you get to how do you mentally overcome that and say, this is a new season? How do you do that as a team? It has to be a little frustrating because it's not what you wanted.
It is frustrating, but as a team, this year, last year, Robot said, our seniors last year weren't really into the team. They were playing for themselves and they didn't want to help out. This year, it's a huge bond. Our O-line D-line went down dirty, down in Weber International. We came together there, defeated that camp, the JU, defeated everybody at JU. So our team this year is way more connected and way more bonded. We actually get along somewhat.
That's important. That's important. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to ask you, project what the team will finish this season. Where do you think that they'll be?
10-0.
Okay, I like it. That was the answer. It was a trick question, right? But I also want to ask, what's the craziest story from this summer's workout?
Oh,
that can be put up, okay? I don't want anything that I can't use.
It's like the Sally.
with Sally.
We had to sing the song.
Sally. What was the word? Down and dirty.
Down and dirty.
Oh, I do on count. Just
Offensive and defensive linemen are not where I would want to be. working out on the field because they're mean and nasty. I can tell you that. Yeah, mean and nasty. Yes. Yes. Well, I appreciate all of the Creekside seniors sitting down with me, and I'll be out to some games, so maybe y'all can show me a few moves, or I don't know, put me in line, whatever. I'll put on a uniform and come play too. I got an arm. I'll challenge you. Okay, this is the Creekside Knights, and I appreciate them coming by.